all about Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando's relationship. Confirmations and denials of their involvement have come from both Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando's family members have a sexual relationship. Ever since Quincy Jones first alleged in 2018 that the influential stand-up comedian and the A Streetcar Named Desire actor had sex back in the day, the internet has been ablaze trying to determine if the music icon was being facetious or letting the world in on a decades-long secret. However, with confirmations and denials coming from both Pryor and Brando's family members, the mystery continues to grow. While the truth may never be clear, it's important to look back at both sides of the story. Here's what's been said about Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando's alleged sexual affair. The start. The Grammy-winning producer was the first to claim the legendary comedian and Godfather actor had a sexual relationship, telling Vulture in a wide-ranging February 2018 interview that Brando would have anything. He'd a mailbox. James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye. 7 marriages and many affairs. Inside Richard Pryor's chaotic love life. Among the other wild claims Jones made in the interview included that he knew the true identity of John F. Kennedy's killer, that he used to date Ivanka Trump, and that the late Michael Jackson had once stolen music from Donna Summer. Richard Pryor's widow speaks. Pryor's widow, Jennifer Lee, confirmed the rumor, telling TMZ that her late husband was always open about his bisexuality with friends and would not be ashamed that the relationship was revealed publicly. She also said the comedy icon wrote about sleeping with men extensively in diaries, the contents of which were allegedly explored in the 2019 book The Richard Pryor Diaries, for which Lee wrote a foreword. It was the 70s. Drugs were still good, especially Quaaludes, Lee said. If you did enough cocaine, you'd a radiator and send it flowers in the morning. She also believed Pryor would have had a good laugh at Jones spreading the news. Richard Pryor's daughter steps in days after Jones' interview. Rain Pryor, Pryor's daughter with his second wife, Shelley Bonus, denied the alleged affair in an impassioned Facebook post about her late father, which has since been deleted, slamming both Jones and Jennifer as bottom feeders. All you who touted Fox News and preach about wanting blacks to be represented in a great light and then posted Q's interview are irrelevant and full of your own BS, Rain wrote. Q was once a brilliant music producer who is losing his mind and decided to garner publicity for himself with a sensationalized interview. And because y'all think and equate fame and money with decency, you ate it up like thirsty dogs as he spewed out a lie about my father who's not here to defend himself. Then on top of it all, my dad's so-called widow validated it, because she needs to keep legitimizing herself and tarnish our dad even after he's dead, Rain continued. Rain ended her note letting her fans know that she wouldn't be putting up with hearing the news and would be getting my millions the correct way, with integrity. Y'all so thirsty and loathe them, but ever know the real source or full story. And you're gonna wonder how Donald Trump became president? Wake you poo. She wrote. So read this, I don't need you as a fan or a friend. I don't need anyone in my life that thinks the sensationalized interview is relevant and incredibly well done. Rain added. People who lie or share information to raise themselves up are bottom feeders no matter how much money or influence they have. Wrong is still wrong. Marlon Brando's side takes action. Brando's eldest living son, Mako Brando, also disputed claims that his father had a sexual relationship with Pryor. The Marlon Brando family has heard the recent comments by Quincy Jones, and we are disappointed that anyone would make such a wrongful comment about either Marlon Brando or Richard Pryor, Miko told TMZ on February 12, 2018. While the idea of Brando and Pryor hooking up certainly sounds scandalous, both men had rather chaotic love lives during their time. Pryor, widely regarded as one of the most influential stand-ups of all time, was married 7 times to 5 different women. Lee was both his 4th and 7th bride. They married in August 1981, divorced in October 1982, and later remarried in 2001. They were together until Pryor died at age 65 in 2005. He also had relationships with actresses Pam Grier and Margaret Kidder, and another with a drag queen he said looked like Josephine Baker. He described the affair in his 1995 autobiography, Pryor Convictions, and other life sentences, writing, I discovered that she was actually a he. For some reason, I didn't care. But after 2 weeks of being gay, I went back to life as a heterosexual. Brando, considered one of Hollywood's all-time greatest actors and a legendary sex symbol, was married 3 times, had numerous girlfriends, and was a father to 11 children. As Newsweek reported, he was also open about his bisexuality, telling French journalist Gary Carey in 1976, "Homosexuality is so much in fashion, it no longer makes news." He added, "Like a large number of men, I too have had homosexual experiences, and I am not ashamed. I have never paid much attention to what people think about me. But if there is someone who is convinced that Jack Nicholson and I are lovers, may they continue to do so. I find it amusing." The relationship between Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando has been a subject of fascination, speculation, and controversy ever since Quincy Jones made his sensational claim in 2018 that the two iconic figures had a sexual relationship. The claim, which Jones made during an interview with Vulture, sparked widespread debate and intrigue, leading to a series of confirmations and denials from both Pryor's and Brando's family members. Despite the conflicting accounts, the rumors have continued to captivate the public, largely due to the enigmatic and complex lives of both men. Richard Pryor, widely regarded as one of the most influential stand-up comedians of all time, was known for his raw, honest, and often controversial approach to comedy. His work frequently addressed issues of race, identity, and sexuality, topics that were deeply personal to him. Pryor's personal life was as tumultuous as his professional one. He was married 7 times to 5 different women and had a number of high-profile relationships, including with actresses Pam Grier and Margaret Kidder. In his 1995 autobiography, Pryor Convictions, and Other Life Sentences, Pryor wrote candidly about his experiences, including an affair with a drag queen that challenged his own understanding of his sexuality. He wrote, "I discovered that she was actually a he. For some reason, I didn't care. But after 2 weeks of being gay, I went back to life as a heterosexual." Marlon Brando, on the other hand, was a legendary actor whose career and life were marked by both extraordinary success and profound personal struggles. Brando was married 3 times and had numerous romantic relationships, fathering 11 children. His status as a Hollywood sex symbol was complicated by his own admission of bisexuality. In a 1976 interview with French journalist Gary Carey, Brando stated, "Like a large number of men, I too have had homosexual experiences, and I am not ashamed." Brando's openness about his sexuality, combined with his rebellious nature, has only fueled the speculation about the true nature of his relationship with Pryor. The first public suggestion of a sexual relationship between Pryor and Brando came from Quincy Jones, a legendary music producer known for his work with artists like Michael Jackson and Frank Sinatra. In his 2018 interview, Jones made the shocking claim that Brando would f anything. Anything. Heave a mailbox. James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye. This statement set off a media firestorm, with many questioning whether Jones was being serious or simply making an offhand, provocative comment. Pryor's widow, Jennifer Lee, quickly stepped forward to confirm Jones' claim, telling TMZ that Pryor had been open about his bisexuality with friends and that he would not have been ashamed of the relationship being revealed. She also mentioned that Pryor had written about sleeping with men extensively in his diaries, which were explored in the 2019 book The Richard Pryor Diaries, for which Lee wrote the foreword. Lee's confirmation added a layer of credibility to Jones' claim, suggesting that there might be some truth to the rumor.